You'd heard her name whispered between teeth too sharp to trust, heard her title inked in rumor, spoke of in tarot slang and half-joking horror by creeps, casters, and small-hour philosophers who haunt diners and doorways with moonburn on their lips. The Spider Lady, said with a little shiver, like something remembered from a fever dream or a too-close childhood nightmare. You figured, half woman, half spider. You know the type. 8 legs, silken voice, the kind of presence that fills a room and makes you forget your safe word. But today you learned the truth, and you will not forget. You were led by a friend you barely trust, the kind with pocket bones and a permanent smirk, down an alley that smelled like rust and lilac, a door that opened only when whispered to, a room thick with silk that wasn't decorative. She stood in the center, or rather, she was the center, and she turned, and shifted, and your brain stuttered. She wasn't half spider. She was of spiders, not metaphor, not symbol, literal. Thousands, tens of thousands, moving, crawling, weaving together into the approximation of a woman. An exotic beauty, yes. Long neck, high cheekbones, hips like invitation and ruin. But the edges of her never held still. They swarmed, they rippled. She was liquid with legs. Her form pulsed between elegance and horror. One moment, hair coiled in dark lacquered spirals, skin shimmering with incense and mirage. The next, a column of twitching black limbs, tiny eyes gleaming like dew on onyx, a swarm shaped like seduction. The spiders crawled into and through each other like beads of blood spilling, pooling, reforming, splitting apart. You watched a shoulder fracture into 100 skittering limbs, then coalesce into a smile that did not belong to any one mouth. You expected mythology, she said, voice like silk drawn tight over a blade. You thought I was one pretending to be many, but I am many pretending to be one. You blinked, and in that blink she was at your ear, all legs and hush. We know everything you've hidden in corners. We live in your forgettings. We've watched you from the vents. You wanted to run, but she put a hand on your chest. The hand unraveled. Hundreds of spiders cascading over your ribs, vanishing beneath your shirt, sewing themselves into your panic. She did not restrain you. You left on your own, heart webbed, skin buzzing, convinced that every wrinkle in your clothes was watching you. You walked home under street lamps that seemed to blink in Morse code, whispers of skittering in the silence between your thoughts. And now, when you hear her name at the edge of a joke or the curl of a cigarette trail, you don't smile. You don't nod. You listen. Because the Spider Lady is not a story. She's an infestation of truths you haven't yet unraveled.